let's put the focus back on Jio Financial and the demerger. Of course, the eventual aim is value unlocking for shareholders, demerging the entity and then listing it. Digant, Haria, the co-founder at Greenedge Wealth Services, is joining us to talk more about that. Digant, the larger theme is the expectation is that JFS will be a big threat to the industry on the whole, with its sort of feet in many pies, so to speak, whether it's lending, etc. But tell us a little bit about what your valuations are. How do you think the demerged entity could shape up in terms of, the book size as well as the growth here on?
Hi, Sonia. Good morning, and thank you for having me here. Jio Financial, as of today, there is very little business inside the company. Okay, we are all getting excited because they have, they just have a net worth of 6,000 crores, and they have shares of Reliance Industries, which if all of them are sold, you can have a starting net worth of 1 lakh crores. So there's a lot of hype that, okay, because it is going to have a 1 lakh crore net worth, it can go ahead and easily build a 5 lakh crore kind of a book and, disrupt the whole industry. I don't think any of that is going to happen. People just say that Bajaj Finance is under threat, this and that. We have to understand that Jio Financial Services, when it comes to the financial services business, there are really good, strong players everywhere. Okay, in the prime personal loan space, we have all the banks. In the non-prime personal loan space, we have the Bajaj Finances of the world, which are very strong. Then when we come to, the blue-collared personal loans, we have the Paytms of the world doing a phenomenal business out there. So I think financial services lending is not a space where there is a red carpet waiting for Jio Financial Services. They will have to go through the grind of tuning their algorithms, deciding whom to lend, how much to lend, collecting money. It's all a very, very operational and a process-oriented job. And if Jio Financial really has to create a lot of value, I think it is 4 or 5 years of a lot of hard work. I don't see any immediate threat to a Bajaj Finance just because, Jio Retail will have more than 2 crore customers. It's not easy. I think Jio Retail just fired some 15,000-20,000 people a few weeks back because, their retail format, a lot of rejigging is happening in their own retail formats. So that's my starting comment. I think valuing the company on 1 lakh crore book today itself will be a far stretch. Something less than 1 lakh crore of market cap is where I would expect Jio to settle.
Okay, all right, Digant, but the street believes that maybe there'll be a bit of a threat through Bajaj Finance. So if that's the case, will you look to be getting into Bajaj Finance because of the news flow?
Not really. See, Bajaj Finance itself, like we have discussed a number of times on our channel, that Bajaj Finance was the champion of the lending in the physical world. So from 2018 onwards, Bajaj Finance is trying very hard to also establish itself in the online or the internet world. There, obviously, it is not the number one player, and which is why I think, that whole transition is still playing out. So, honestly, Bajaj Finance itself has some more time before, we can resolutely say that, okay, Bajaj Finance is as strong a player in the online space as it was in the last decade in the offline space. So I think, we should just let this event pass, see what Jio does. I think independently, Bajaj Finance is reasonably valued now. We are not going to see the stock price returns or the growth rates in loan book and profits that we saw in the last decade. So I think my optimism for both of them is quite tempered. Not to say that they are not good businesses. Bajaj Finance is an excellent business. Jio Financial Services yet has to prove, they have the management, the brand, the captive customers, but they still have to lend and figure out a profitable business model.
Digant, good morning. Pretty sensible way of thinking about things. So nothing at this point, right? But markets are known to discount the future in that sense. And Reliance is not known to do anything at a small scale. Telecom is an example. I know. All very different industries, number of players, healthy players. It already had very weak players when Jio came in, number of weaker players, which is not the case here in banking. But beyond banking, you think they they'll have big plans in other allied financial services industries as well, insurance for one?
I think, again, being a manufacturer, India has almost 48 companies who manufacture insurance products. India has 38 good companies who manufacture mutual funds. More than 100 companies who manufacture PM. So we have a very good bouquet of services which are already available. So if Jio Financial does not want to take head on, these banks and the Bajaj Finances of the world in loans, it's left with what we call as a distribution business or the payments business. Payments business, we've seen that the best payment companies, the Paytms and the phone pays of the world, they are moving to lending because payment in India is not profitable. They are betting everything on lending doing well. So I think Jio Financial Services, the biggest or the golden pot is only if it can crack the lending piece right, because without having a good balance sheet, you cannot do all other fee income related things like an insurance or a mutual fund distribution or so on.
Okay, thank you so much for your time, Digant. We're heading into the